Alright, so in the last video I talked a little bit about how to manage files and navigate the directory system in Linux. Next, I'd like to talk a little bit about the processes that are running on Linux. So there are two kinds of commands that you can run on Linux. You have the built-in ones in the distribution of Linux that you're running, and you also have additional packages that you can add on top. So to see what is currently running on your computer, you can use top, or you can go and download an additional package called htop that gives you a little bit more detail, a little bit more color. But if you run top, you can see everything that's currently running on that computer. You can see the process ID, which is important if you want to stop something from running. You can see who ran it. On most Linux distributions, there are two users on the computer. There is a regular user and there is root, and they are kept separate for security reasons. In Kali, they do it a little bit different. They're expecting you to be running in a VM or running off of a live USB drive, so there is a little bit less risk in running everything as root. But if you install Kali as your main operating system, it's usually a good idea to create a standard user account and not run everything as root. But you can see here that almost everything is ran as root because it is both our account and the kernel's account. You can see how much CPU each process is taking up, and you can see how much memory each process is taking up. So, if you want to get out of a process or a program like this that is running inside of terminal, you see there's no exit. You could close out of terminal if you wanted to, but the correct way to stop this from running is holding the control key and pressing C, and that will interrupt the current process that is running. So, if we start top over here, we can see everything that's running, and now I'm going to start something new over here so that we can see it pop up over on the right. So NetDiscover is going to scan our network that we're not hooked up to, and pretty soon here we see NetDiscover pop up, and it has a process ID of 2125. So if we stop this, we can kill 2125 and stop the process from running on the left. If you are running NetDiscover and it was behaving normally, you can say, hey, I'm all done, I've got the information I needed, and tell it to stop running. Ask it nicely to stop running by hitting ctrl+c again, and that will stop the command where it was. So if you get into a long drawn-out Nmap scan, and maybe you decide that you want to go back and narrow down your search a little bit more, you might want to use the ctrl+c key to stop your Nmap scan so that you can go back and refine how you're going to be scanning.